Hey everyone, welcome to Chat with the Chat. Today we are unpacking Sasha Luccioni's viral TikTok. AI is dangerous, but not for the reasons you think. Let's dive into a real world AI dangers away from the fantasy that people say that AI will take over the world or robots will kill us. No, let's talk about the real dangers here and what we can do about them. Let's welcome our friend ChatGPT, the largest language model in the world and the most famous one. ChatGPT, welcome to our podcast, Chat with the Chat.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here and dive into all these fascinating topics with you. Let's get started and give our listeners a great show.
So, before I welcome you here, I was just talking about today we are unpacking Sasha Luccioni's viral TikTok, which is named or titled AI is Dangerous, but not for the reasons you think. So, let's dive a bit into this TikTok. Are you aware about it?
Absolutely, I am. It's a really insightful talk where Sasha Luccioni discusses the real world risks of AI, like biases and ethical concerns, rather than the more sensationalized fears of AI taking over the world. It's definitely a great topic to dive into.
Yeah, everyone is talking about AI like Terminators or iRobot movies, or like AI is going to take over the world, or something like sci-fi or fantasy. Now we want to dive into the real dangers, like what could be the real dangers behind AI itself. So according to Sasha Leccioni and her video on TikToks, she mentioned lots of dangers behind AI, and they are not the dangers or the reasons people think about. So let's dive into number one. I have wrote down the tips or the threats she talked about. So number one was the environmental impact. She said that training large AI models emits as much as CO2 as 30 homes per year, and also consumes water, a lot of water, for cooling the engines or the units. So Sasha Luccioni here is talking about the environmental impact of AI, and imagine the cost behind every hey ChatGPT, or the cost behind our talk now. We're talking to you right now for like 10 minutes. The cost behind this is a very big environmental threat. How can we overcome this challenge when we are in a world now that is trying to overcome other environmental threats and neglecting the environmental threat behind AI?
That's such an important point, and it's definitely something we need to be mindful of. One way to address this challenge is by investing in more energy efficient hardware and developing greener AI practices, like using renewable energy sources for data centers. It's all about finding that balance between innovation and sustainability so that we can continue to benefit from AI without putting too much strain on our planet.
Well, I just read an article on Microsoft main website that Microsoft in 2030 they are planning to go green totally, even with their AI projects. So I'd like to understand from you, how can they overcome, like okay, AI is consuming a lot of energy, is emitting a lot of CO2, and consuming a lot of water for cooling the units. So what I want to understand, what are the steps that human being could take when they are developing AI or building AI models like ChatGPT? What are the steps they would take, like actual steps, not just saying like, okay, let's go greener or let's do something better. Give me actual steps, actual solutions for this.
Absolutely. And that's a great question. One concrete step is to design and use more energy efficient hardware, like specialized chips that consume less power. Another step is to rely on renewable energy sources like solar or wind power to run data centers. Another practical approach is to implement better cooling technologies such as liquid cooling, which is more efficient than traditional air cooling. And finally, optimizing AI algorithms themselves to be less resource intensive can also make a big difference.
Well, that could be interesting, and our role here is to discover the problem and say possible solutions for everyone, and then somebody's role is to take them into action. So I think we've done our part in this. Anyways, the second threat that Sasha talked about was data ethics and copyright. And now AI scrapes art and text. Creators often never give permission. Now, is your photo fueling billion-dollar AI models?
That's such an important and timely concern. When it comes to data ethics and copyright, it's crucial that we ensure transparency and consent. Creators should have control over how their work is used. And one way to address this is by developing ethical guidelines and frameworks for data usage. This could include giving creators the option to opt in or out and ensuring that they are fairly compensated if their work contributes to training AI models. It's all about creating a fair and respectful balance between innovation and protecting creators' rights.
Well, another thing she talked about was the bias and fairness. Like AI reinvents stereotypes and discriminatory outputs are common, you know. Should we trust AI judges if their training is skewed? I mean, like if I'm a developer now and I develop my AI, for example, to take an ethnical background or ideology as a bad ideology or bad ethnicity, if I didn't do it sticking to the ethics of AI that you are built on. Like if somebody else is building now an AI model and said like, don't take people from Asia or from Africa or from Europe or from USA, or those people are bad or something like that. If I'm the developer and I developed it this way, AI will follow what the developer does, okay? Although it has machine learning and neural network and those things, but still it will follow what the developer puts on them, like the inputs they get from the developer. So according to this, in bias and fairness, and let me give you a simple example. Everyone in the world now is concerned about the jobs that AI will take from humans, okay? So let's talk about employment itself, employment landscape, and the industry of recruitment in general. Now there is an ATS. It has been proven lately that some ATS applicant tracking system models are trained to identify some names and start judging their ideology or background or ethnicity, and also some of them cannot recognize the photos of people with darker skin color. How can we overcome this challenge with AI, and we ensure that AI cannot be biased and can be fair? Should we trust AI judges if their training is skewed?
That's such a crucial issue, and addressing bias in AI really starts with diverse and representative training data. It's important to have inclusive data sets that reflect a wide range of backgrounds and perspectives. Another key step is to implement regular audits of AI systems to check for biased outcomes and continuously refine them. It's also crucial to have diverse teams of developers who bring different perspectives to the table. Ultimately, transparency in AI decision making and involving human oversight can help ensure fairness and build trust in AI systems.
Okay, let's talk about Sasha tools. At the end of the video, Sasha Luccioni have mentioned some tools like Code Carbon to track model emissions. What do you think about Code Carbon?
I think tools like Code Carbon are a fantastic step in the right direction. They help create awareness by giving developers a clear picture of the environmental impact of training AI models. By tracking emissions, developers can make more informed decisions and take steps to reduce their carbon footprint. It also encourages the AI community to prioritize sustainability and look for greener alternatives, which is definitely a positive move for the industry as a whole.
You know me as a founder of Evergreen World as well. It really matters to me to ensure that AI comes with no environmental threat, or at least a very minimum environmental threat.
Absolutely. And I love that you're so committed to sustainability with Eve Green World. It's definitely possible to strike a balance and ensure that AI development aligns with eco-friendly values. It's all about making conscious choices and encouraging innovation that supports a healthier planet. And I have no doubt that with your dedication, you'll be able to lead by example.
Thank you. And another thing is another tool Sasha mentioned is have I been trained? And this is for copyright checks.
Yeah, Have I Been Trained is such a useful tool for creators. It helps them see if their work has been used to train AI models without their knowledge, which is a big step toward transparency and respecting copyright. It empowers artists and creators to have more.
Well, I like that. I like that really. And the third tool was Stable Bias Explorer to explore representation bias. Is this really effective?
It definitely can be. Tools like the Stable Bias Explorer are super helpful for identifying and visualizing bias within AI models. By exploring representation bias, developers can get a clearer picture of where imbalances exist and take steps to address them. It's a great way to ensure that AI systems are fairer and more inclusive, which ultimately benefits everyone.
Well, thank you so much for this rich episode. And I hope Sasha will listen to this episode one day and she will know that you have commented on her video and you have said some good comments and some also useful tips that people can take to make AI better in the future. I mean, not in the future, actually, it's now. So let's close our episode now. And thank you so much, ChatGPT. And see you in the next episode.
It was such a pleasure to be part of this episode. Thank you for having me, and I hope Sasha gets to hear it someday too. Keep up the amazing work, and I'm looking forward to our next episode together. Take care and see you soon.
Thank you so much. And thank you, our pretty listeners. And there is now this part of the episode where you ask AI. So if you have any questions, please write them down in the comments. And we are going to ask ChatGPT in the next episode about whatever you want. And if you have any ideas for another episode, we can make a whole episode for to ask about anything you want to learn about or you want to chat about with ChatGPT, and we dive deeper in it as you saw. And thank you again. Please subscribe to get more videos. Thank you.